online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
We are 9 days away from Hell in a Cell on pay-per-view, and now we have a few matches. Hey, we got some matches for the pay-per-view, and we're going to talk about those as well as all the rest on this SmackDown to hail from Birmingham, Alabama. Welcome to SmackDown AfterBuzz, everybody. I'm Christian Rosenberg. I'm being joined today. Corey is on location. We'll say she's on assignment.
There you go.
Rome is actually finishing up another show that was running a little behind. But to make up for the adorableness and the hotness and the intelligence and just the overall sexiness that is lacking in the show now with them gone, it's the Soapbox Mark, Mr. Mark Donica.
Everybody's excited for me to be here, especially me.
I think you're the most excited out of all of us.
No, I haven't. To be perfectly honest, like I do NXT every week. I haven't watched a main roster show in its entirety in quite some time.
So like, how did it feel to be back in it?
To be perfectly honest,
I got my finger. I'm not even the predictions champ right now, but but Steven's in the booth. It's only when Steven's in the booth that my music gets played.
That's awesome.
And I love him for it.
I thought it was because of the plaid, but that works better.
No, this is, whenever I'm the predictions champion, this is like my entrance music.
Well,
because it's the greatest theme music of all time.
Very much, yeah, no, I agree.
It's between that and the American Males.
Yeah, no, that's better.
I agree. That's why I chose it.
Thank you for everybody listening on iTunes who's really confused.
Oh, yes. So, before we get into SmackDown, we have to talk about another firing that has happened over the last week. In fact, it happened immediately following Monday Night Raw.
I wouldn't call it a firing because they just didn't renew his contract. They didn't release him from his contract. His contract ended, and they chose not to renew it. Still very alarming. Still very surprising because Justin Roberts, who we are talking about bearing the lead, was very. I mean, he was a very good announcer. He was a company man. Everybody liked him. It's sort of the way that the company seems to be going because in NXT we had Eden Rhodes.
Yep.
Who was the lead announcer, and then she got moved up to the main roster, and now JoJo is down there doing the announcing, and actually she and Byron Saxton are switching off. So as of right now, with Lillian Garcia and now Eden and JoJo, they seem to be being a more female-centric announce team where Saxton can really go anywhere and be efficient. But it's just weird how they didn't kind of peter him off. They're just like, well,
yeah, kind of fade him off TV, but no, he literally just called all of Monday Night Raw, and then bye-bye. And I mean, he's been in WWE. It actually shocked me when I saw this. He's been in WWE for 12 years now.
That's, I mean,
he obviously hasn't been the voice of Raw for all 12 years.
No.
But he's been there for 12 years already.
Yeah, he was there for, I mean, that was the brand split. That was ECW SmackDown. He was ECW for a while.
Yeah.
And then I remember the couple of times when they switched up the announcers on that. No, like, weird. I don't know. It's ever since even Tony Chimmel, when we go back to Finkel and you start out with that bravado of voice and that deepness and that volume and just sort of overall, his voice could fill up arenas. And it was really hard, in my opinion, to really fill those shoes, and both Chimmel and Roberts did a pretty dang good job.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone on record and talking about, obviously, and I don't think anyone can make the argument that Fink is the greatest ring announcer of all time.
Yeah.
But
aside from for professional wrestling.
Aside
from Michael Buffer.
Right. But for me, I feel like Justin Roberts is number 2 on that list in professional wrestling. And this guy has been passionate, a lifelong fan. You watch on the network the old Monday Nitros. Whenever Nitro is in Chicago, you see a young Justin Roberts front row in someone's T-shirt. Like, because, you know, Nitro did this weird thing with the cameras, and like in every match, they zoomed in on people in the crowd. It was kind of like, looking back at it, it was just like, wow, I don't know why they were doing that. But with it, anytime Nitro's in Chicago, look for it. You find a young Justin Roberts.
Usually featured on the show?
Yeah, like heavily featured with like a Hogan shirt or an NWO shirt or whatever the case may be. The guy has been a lifelong fan. And I mean, I've never met him personally, but from all the interviews I've heard of his and just, you know, reading different blogs that he's written, incredibly knowledgeable about the sport, incredibly passionate, and just... I've never heard anything negative about the guy. And in the world of professional wrestling, everyone usually has something negative about everybody. There are people who have negative things about me. And I'm nowhere near any type of level that these guys are. I'm just flat and saying. I mean, even Hobo's probably got a couple people, which is a shame. Yeah. But it's just the way that's just the way the business is.
That's the way the business works. No matter what, you always tend to rub somebody the wrong way. But with Justin Roberts, he's always been so generally amiable that nobody really has any heat on him, really.
Yeah.
Nobody has expressed that, and everybody's really surprised and sad that he's gone. But I mean, the trucks roll on to the next city, so to speak.
I mean, we'll see if, who knows, maybe Eden is now going to be on Raw this Monday. Who knows? Or maybe they'll bring Lillian over to Raw.
Lillian on Raw and Eden on SmackDown and just switch everybody up. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, we will wait and see that. And then one more thing before we get into tonight's SmackDown. We have to go over last week's YouTube question, which was last week being SmackDown's 15th anniversary. We wanted to know what the fans' favorite SmackDown moment was. And honestly, there were several different mentions. One that really stuck out to me that I honestly forgot about, and I'm ashamed that I forgot about it, was the Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle Iron Man match.
How did you forget about that?
I don't know.
Was riveting
I was
television.
upset at myself that I realized I forgot that was on SmackDown.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that happen, you're like, wait, that was on SmackDown?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless it like directly involved the fist or the SmackDown stage in some way, like you forget, like all of the WWE programming seemed to bleed together back at that time, despite the blue ropes and the lighting and just the back then SmackDown looked different than Raw did, and I think that was sort of the point to make them stand out. But now it's all like WWE programming. That Iron Man match, I remember just hating every single commercial break. It was
it was an Iron Man match with commercial breaks. It made no sense to us.
60-minute Iron Man match, and you would just have to trust that nothing happened during the commercial. And they didn't have the app back then, so you couldn't be like, okay, it's back on. Like, no, you were just like glued to the television. And that was a wonderful match.
I want a meme of that face right there. Someone's gonna do that.
Well, I was doing the Ambrose thing at the beginning with the.
Yeah. So would you consider that your favorite SmackDown moment?
No,
right,
I would not consider that my favorite.
What is your favorite?
I've got two.
I do also, and I want to see if we agree on them.
One, I think you may, and that's Booker T and Austin in the supermarket.
That was not one of mine, but still phenomenal.
One of the greatest matches. They said, hey, we rented out a supermarket. There might be some people in there. Go. Yeah. And just the genius improv line of price check on a jackass. That's still one of the best things that Austin has ever said. That, and then my super smarky, it could be one of my favorite ECW moments as well, was when Taz fought Triple H with the ECW title around his waist. That was in the middle of the contract dispute. Mike Awesome was the ECW champion, and then WCW signed him, but he was still the ECW champion. So they had an ECW event where Mike Awesome, a WCW contracted wrestler, and Taz, a WWF at the time contracted wrestler, fought for the ECW championship. never happen again. It was still a good match. They had to keep cops on Awesome at all times because they didn't know what would happen to him. But yeah, that Thursday, Taz showed up and fought with the ECW championship, and I was like, they actually let him wear it out. That's amazing. That was just that, oh my god, ECW. Like, that was so cool. That was so cool.
All right. I got my 2 moments, and I was trying to narrow down on what my top 2 would be, because I can go 5 or 6, but I'm like, I'm not gonna have time for that. And there are specific moments. My first one is Brock and Big Show breaking the ring, because to me at the time I never saw anything like that at all, and I literally almost fell out of my seat watching Mike Chioda bounce in the ring, and it wasn't they went through the canvas, how the ring just literally collapsed, where it collapsed away that famous ECW moment where all those fans in the ring party, and the ring just collapsed. It happened with just 2 guys because they slammed so hard on the mat.
The impact and the size of the gentleman.
Yes. So that was a crazy moment for me. And the other one, you're gonna laugh at me.
Maybe.
No, you're gonna.
Maybe.
Billy and Chuck.
Ha! No.
Because Billy and Chuck had such a huge publicity stunt. They were on Howard Stern the week of the wedding.
Commitment
ceremony. And it was being plugged on all TV shows, gossip magazines. On SmackDown, we're going to have a commitment ceremony between a guy who once referred to himself as Mr. Ass and Chuck. And
he loves hogs. He rides wild hogs.
He's
a greasy hog rider.
It's true.
Yeah.
And so then and I'm watching it thinking, all right, something's up. Something's got to be up. Something's got to be up. And it's going on. I'm just like, and then they kind of, it was like, wait, we're not doing this. So I'm like, oh, okay, there's the moment. Having no idea that was Eric Bischoff in disguise.
Just the peeling off of the face was just like, oh my god, holy crap.
That was a moment for me.
That's an awesome, that was a great moment. And then Stephanie tried to do something a little while ago. It was like, no. Bischoff got the one up on you on that one. That was, we're gathered here today.
You're doing that way too well.
It's a very standout moment. I wouldn't laugh at you for that.
Okay,
that is a very memorable moment.
All right.
I will in silence though. There, I did it.
What was that?
That was me laughing in silence. There.
All right, fair enough.
SmackDown!
Yeah, SmackDown! All right, so those are our favorite memories. Thank you guys for sending your comments on it. Actually, a bunch of stuff all across the board, which I thoroughly enjoy reading. I know Roman Corey can vouch for that as well. So, this week's SmackDown, because now we got to talk about this. We're building a pay-per-view now. It's only 9 days away.
Starting to see everything coming together.
Yeah.
Well, some things coming together.
Some things. Not all of them yet.
Got 5 matches as of now?
I thought it was 4. Maybe it's 5.
Tag, 2 cells, Rusev, Big Show, Bellas.
What tag?
Titles.
Nope, not yet. Not announced
They
yet.
haven't officially announced it yet?
Nope, not yet.
Well, then 4. Silly biscuit.
So, we start off with the recap of Dean Ambrose and John Cena from Raw with the contract on a pole match. Decided not to put that on pay-per-view, making it on Raw. Ambrose wins the match, so he gets Seth Rollins in Hell in a Cell. And that means John Cena has Randy Orton in Hell in a Cell.
Do you notice your vocabulary with that?
And that means...
No. Ambrose gets Rollins, and Cena has Orton. That's the thing. Nobody, didn't... Either way, this right now is just so weird and so odd, the way that they're booking all of this. We get Cena and Orton again, but to be fair, we haven't seen them in a Hell in a Cell yet. But
haven't we seen Cena and Orton in Hell in a Cell? Haven't they done that once?
If they have, then I'll be dumbfounded as to why we're getting it again.
Well, apparently, and I honestly thought it was more than this. But so this is only the ninth time. I know that's a lot, but it's only the 9th time that Cena and Orton have faced each other one-on-one on a pay-per-view. All right.
That's still a lot, though.
I mean, it's still definitely a lot, but it feels like, because they've always been chamber matches and triple threats and all that. So it's felt like a lot more. And technically, to my knowledge, and someone in the chat roll, please correct me if I'm wrong, the score is actually 4-4.
Oh, so this is another rubber match?
Another rubber match.
Jeez.
But someone tweeted me like a column that someone wrote regarding this, and I actually found it very interesting.
Bring it on.
Because the column was about how Cena should have beat Ambrose on Raw. Mm-hmm. Hear me out on that, because a lot of people are like, don't do that, then Cena would just bury Dean Ambrose. Why would we want that? The real point in what they're in what we hope they're doing now is to help elevate guys more and more. Because obviously we have our Cena, we have our Orton, we have our Kane, we have our Sheamus, we got our elevated guys. Mm-hmm. We need to bring people up to that level. We need to bring some young blood up to that level. Because Daniel Bryan's hurt, Roman Reigns is hurt. We need to bring more people up.
Brock Lesnar is on television.
Brock Lesnar has the title and is off TV for another 4 months.
Hey,
but so as much as we love Ambrose versus Rollins, and we can have that all day, and we're going to have it for years to come. Mm-hmm. If you had Ambrose versus Orton and Rollins versus Cena in those matches, you have the opportunity to truly elevate one, if not both of those guys, from them facing the top guys in a hellacious match. Because that contract on a pole match, that didn't hurt anyone. No matter who won that match. No one was going to look weak in that match because no one was getting pinned. So it didn't hurt Cena for him to lose that match. It wouldn't have hurt Ambrose if he lost the match. So that could have happened, and you could have had Rollins, even if like he cheated or whatever the case may be, you could have found a way for him to beat Cena just to piss him off. Ambrose could have beat Orton. Thus, then Rollins getting angry at Orton, you couldn't get the job done. More friction there. Ambrose elevated more. Rollins elevated more. Now we got even more chemistry heading to finally getting Rollins and Ambrose.
No, because then I think you would set up for a fatal 4-way match in that sense, which is also wasn't that bad.
Which you could do.
But that's also a big fatal 4-way match. No matter how they're doing this, I don't think that the Rollins and Ambrose match will be a clear victory. Like, for the same sense, the way that the other pairing would have worked is you're just continually building to that eventual explosion of Ambrose and Rollins, and I think they're trying to they're trying to let people get a taste of that before they make it like the ultimate match. You can't let a thing like Hell in a Cell pass by and not have the match where Ambrose and Rollins can finally be away from everybody, supposedly. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what the lumberjack match was supposed to be, and we got the opposite. So I think we're going to get the opposite again, and it's going to be that constant game of cat and mouse. But you said something interesting. You said we're probably going to get this for years to come, the Ambrose and the Rollins. Will they be the new Orton and Cena?
I can definitely see that being a possibility.
Yeah.
But now the thing with Ambrose and Rollins, because the two of them actually have the ability to, they can keep flipping the script. Like, one of them, they could be face heel. Ambrose is face right now. Mm. 2 years from now, they'll be swift. No, switched. That's the word I'm looking for.
They'll be swipped.
Little
swift.
Yeah. So that has the opportunity to keep it fresh. While the reason people are so annoyed with Cena and Orton, because let's be honest, Cena and Orton, we've seen it a zillion times, but they work really well together.
They do. They truly do.
And it's just they're sick of it because whenever they wrestle each other, Cena's the good guy and Orton's the bad guy.
It's very similarly booked every time. So now adding the Cell into it a little bit, that might mix things up a little bit. Mm-hmm. But there's no question that these guys will do a terrific job at Hell in a Cell. And speaking of both of those guys, neither of them were on the show tonight.
No Cena, no Orton at all.
No Orton. We only saw them in packages recapping Monday night. Very interesting choice. I think they're still doing a tour of the...
Are they still on tour?
I think so, but I'm not entirely sure.
I thought they came back because they were on Raw.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, it was a very interesting choice, and then I had a note of when we get to the main event about everything and how tonight's main event was almost just really good.
So close.
But
we'll get to that because we start. I mean, Rollins is in the ring talking about Ambrose and his, and the fact that now he's facing Ambrose at Hell in a Cell. And he's talking about how, yes, I sold out. And all you'd sell out your mother, you sell out your dad, you sell out your dog, you sell out your grandparents. You would sell your soul for an opportunity to be anything like me. I loved that line.
No, that was great.
Yeah.
But then it followed up with the, but you never will. Hey, what a jerk.
No, he's me. One day I'll be like you or better.
Yeah. No, yeah. Solid promo from Rollins. Yeah. More of his, yeah, I'm great.
Yeah. And he's, trash talking to fans, trash talking to Ambrose, and then he's interrupted by the Intercontinental Champion, Dolph Ziggler. And Ziggler, responds to the crowd how they're cheering and chanting for him, and he's like, yeah, Seth, that's the sound people make when they want to see someone.
Sick burn.
And nice burn, bro.
That's sick burn, bro.
And he kind of talks about what the meaning of the word self-respect is and all that. And it leads into the match with Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins.
Which we found out was scheduled as Ziggles was coming down to the ring.
Yeah. Anytime these two wrestle, we know it's going to be 5 stars.
Yeah.
Because they're amazing. Like the two guys who sell better than anyone else working each other is always entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Top rope X Factor by Ziggler looked fantastic.
Super gross.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, no. Oh, bad. Not in my face.
Rollins doing his best Cesaro impression with a deadlift into a power bomb.
Yeah. That was really impressive.
Yeah. And
small dude, but super strong.
Yeah. I mean, so many great highlights throughout this match. Rollins gets a win with a curb stomp. And as he's posing, Ambrose comes down. And my music is playing again.
Oh, we don't have a chair or a microphone because this man is a man.
Look who decided to show up. Hi, Rome. I'm splendid. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you.
See you, what's that to you, sir?
You're just gonna just chill on the couch. Grab some headphones, Grab some headphones, mate. Pipe in a little bit. Yeah. I just want to know why you got my music.
Because I'm the real man's man.
Are you?
The man's man, real man's man. And the burning continues.
Yeah, thanks for pitching into that, Mark.
Sick burn.
Has the slow burn been going all night?
Yeah, very.
Yes.
It's been like a rotisserie.
Yeah,
that's good.
I'm waiting for my tea to finish. It's very slow.
And that's funny because I just came from Black Tea Party and we had no tea.
Synergy.
Oh, that was a nice little plug that you threw in there.
Yes, like I did there, right?
I did. That was nice.
Watch it.
Like, comment, subscribe.
5 stars. So yeah, we just wrapped up talking about the Dolph Ziggler Seth Rollins match. Ambrose heads to the ring, and he's just like, I don't want to fight. I just want to chat. I just want to talk. And he's threatening Rollins, talking about the Hell in a Cell match. Blah blah blah. Out comes Kane.
Yay!
Shocking.
Yay!
Meh.
Yay! No.
Kane mentions that he likes to hurt people, which news to me.
I've never heard that before.
No,
I think he's changing his character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's becoming demonic. Is it because a certain Blu-ray is coming out next week?
Probably.
Oh.
Tuesday. I'd see no evil in that release. Actually, it's pretty bad.
I too would see no evil.
Very good.
Really?
It's good. Yeah.
It's a bad pun SmackDown day. Is that what we're doing right now? Okay.
We were doing just fine until you walked in.
Yeah, I know. You know what happens when I show up, baby.
We're trying to outdo that excellent plug.
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. But it was a good shot. Good shot. I give you E for effort.
Keep trying. Ooh, I got an E. Circle that.
Right there.
I usually get E pluses.
Damn it.
It's the shirt.
Kane. That's right. Kane orders Ambrose to wrestle him tonight on the main event for SmackDown because we have not seen that at all in the last 3 months.
New ideas. No. Kane breaking new ground. SmackDown live every week on Syfy.
It's not live.
Well, recorded live. That was recorded live.
Yep.
Not okay. This match again some more. It's like, this is like, hey, Daniel Bryan and Kane are gonna fight. You don't say. They're not doing anything new yet.
No.
I want to see more. I want to see something different. There's so many other people that you can get away from the authority and say, here, you two people fight. instead. But now they're just cycling through all of the authority folk.
Yeah. Divas action.
Yes.
Layla. Rome's happy.
Well, you didn't see that.
Layla,
I didn't get a chance to see that match.
well, Layla's taking on AJ because Layla walked out on AJ on their tag match on Raw based on AJ walking out on Emma from their match about a week ago. Because AJ isn't making any friends. Granted, she's never had friends. And she mentions that she doesn't play well with others. And she doesn't have any friends in the locker room, but I have the only thing that matters to me. And no one can have her but me. And she starts pretty much making out with the Divas title.
Oh, this was a family show.
I missed this?
Yeah.
Oh, she just kissed it. I was exaggerating a little bit.
Oh.
But it was a slow kiss. It was a passionate kiss.
Tongue?
From the angle where she had the belt, you couldn't really see.
Couldn't see.
Yeah. Leave it into the imagination.
It's like a hard PG-13 sort of thing.
Such a tease.
Yeah.
Such a tease.
Loud smacking.
Yeah, it's a lot of that.
Paige is on commentary with Alicia standing by her holding hands because they're besties. And the match with AJ and Layla, something just seemed off. And AJ, for the most part, was like working heel. And the way people are walking out on her, or she's walking out on other people.
And the way she was talking to the belt.
Yeah, it's almost just like, what's happening right now? Because obviously, Paige is still the heel chasing the title. But it's not your typical setup. And it's, I mean, I like some unorthodox setups for matches. But this one is now starting to seem a little confusing. There's
a lot of muddling. We had the issue with Emma, and Emma did an interview where she's like, I'm still good with AJ. She just hasn't returned any of my calls. So, like, there's that exists. And now AJ's acting like a heel, but Layla technically did the right thing by walking out on her because she walked out on somebody else. But that was the right thing to do. So how is she the bad person? And then Paige on commentary, like she wasn't necessarily all there. She missed a couple of beats, it seemed. And a lot of people...
she misspoke on something which JBL just reamed her for.
Yeah, it was a very conscious calling out of some improper English. And the match itself.
It seemed like they were off a step.
Yeah, Layla seemed a little disconnected. She tried, one thing in particular was she tried going for seemingly like a getting up in the corner and maybe like a bulldog or something, but she couldn't get the right leverage on the rope, so she just ended up smashing AJ down on the ground.
Yeah,
and then a couple of those bumps were a little like, that was weird, very preemptive. Like protection, it was slow paced, but it shouldn't have been. It was odd. It was odd.
Yeah. And after the match, Paige and Alicia beat up AJ again, and Paige poses with the title again. And I want those two to have the damn cell so we can end this feud now.
That would be amazing.
And I've been loving this feud, and now because I'm so confused on what they're wanting to do with it, I want it to end. And that upsets me because I love both of them. And I love them wrestling each other because they're great with each other. And they need the payoff match.
Yeah, they need the match to finally blow off all of the steam and decide how they feel about each other, because it's quote unquote ambiguous. Like, they're trying to make it so ambiguous, but they just need to deal with each other. Just shut up and hug already. Hug it out. Like Daniel Bryan and Kane used to do, even though they didn't like each other.
Where's Dr. Shelby?
They had Dr. Shelby. I was about to say. There's no Dr. Shelby right now.
That's the
Yet.
problem.
Yeah. Yet. He may show up.
There's still time.
Apparently,
if they're dragging it out as long as they are.
We got 9 more days
till
till the pay-per-view.
Well, for that, but also, I don't like the way that it's been going, bringing in other people. It doesn't look, essentially all of the non-Total Divas people are in the title picture right now, except for Nikki and Brie, who technically are Total Divas people. But they're trying to include as many people as possible in the non-Total Divas thing to make it interesting, but it's just
But there's
becoming
only
really
3
muddy.
other divas that aren't in the Total Divas thing.
Yeah.
Okay, no, let's see.
5.
Layla, Alicia, Paige, AJ, Emma.
5.
Okay, 5. And how often do Emma, Layla, and Summer Rae win matches?
Well, Summer Rae's on Total Divas now.
Oh, that's right. Forget Summer.
Yeah. You didn't even mention her the first time, so don't worry about it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll cut that in editing.
All right. Thank you guys.
All right.
All right.
But yeah, like the one of the main problems that I have with the Divas matches that I see on the main roster is that the contrast of what I see every week on NXT, that you can watch our recap show. It's out every Thursdays. Last night's is out now. Cheap pop.
Plug, not pop.
Well, people are popping at home because I made the plug. I fixed it. The difference in quality for the women's matches
It's night and day.
is beyond apparent.
Yeah.
Beyond apparent. Even for people who haven't been on TV for nearly as long as some of these other women are. Like AJ, Emma, Paige, Naomi, and Natty. Yeah, those are really the five. I guess the Bellas too. But like about half of the Divas roster, like they're all very qualified and very competent, and they're all very good athletes, but there's something about the story and the performances and the time that they're given that don't add up to the product that we get at NXT.
4 of the top 5 Diva matches of the year have been on NXT, and you can make an argument that maybe like 3 of those could be in the top 10 matches of the year.
I would say that even on the non-special events, the
Right.
non-takeover events, every week the Divas match not necessarily steals the show, but is usually the best match on the show. It's rare when something can beat it because it's just they're doing new things. Even not even just for Divas matches, but just for matches in general. They're putting all of the work in and leaving it all in the ring, and it's every match is so important. Whereas we get to the ones where it's like, hey, we have another 6-woman tag match. This is important because something happened on Total Divas. You should have watched it. It's on E. Like the importance isn't there. Whereas in NXT, they have the women's championship, and every single match is every woman trying to get closer to that championship, and it's that much more important. Every match has so much weight. Whereas this one, we're like, hey, so they're fighting. Then they try they really like they try to make it seem important, but like I was saying, not everything adds up to be a super product, and I don't know what's missing.
Do you think Total Divas is taking away and detracting from the Divas themselves? I asked Natty this question. She gave her answer, but I'm curious. I'll talk about what she said, but I'm curious to see what you say.
I do and I don't. I think it's good because it's bringing new eyes to the product. I don't because there's the rumor going around that the people who are on Total Divas can't win the Divas Championship because of the disconnect in recording Total Divas and the live show, and they don't want to confuse any of the Total Divas. And I think that's a total cop-out, and so as a result, they should take Natty, Naomi,
Bellas.
and the Bellas off. Like they have
It should just be the Summer Rae show.
kind of. She's really interesting. Like, and all of the stuff that she used to do with the BFFs in NXT. Wonderful, but that's where I think the problem is all of the majority of the women on that show are the best wrestlers that they have, so they need a chance to shine and show everybody that they are the best. But at the same time, if those people, if they were allowed to compete, the women's championship would be even more muddled now, and we wouldn't get AJ and Paige, which are also excellent wrestlers in their own right. It's a really complicated thing. What did Natty say?
Close to the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, very close to the same thing. I thought you would give me something that I could say after that Natty said, but no, you didn't. You pretty much picked them all. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yay.
Well done, Donica. Kane backstage with Seth Rollins, and this is your typical heel type promo. Rollins asks Kane, please take out Ambrose, but leave just a small piece of him so he can finish him off at Hell in a Cell. And Kane lets him know, though, hey, neither of you have experienced Hell in a Cell. Both of you are facing a first-time apocalypse. Pay attention to what I'm going to do out there, because you just might learn something. Kind of trying to school the youngin'. That was that.
He also did a plug for a match that's going to be on Raw. He's like,
that's right, the handicap street fight.
Yeah,
on Raw.
3-on-2, Orton, Rollins, Kane versus Cena and Ambrose. It was such a clear setup where it's like, everybody pay attention, we're making a match right now. it was weird and kind of a little off-putting, but at the same time, Kane was like, by the way, like, he didn't say this, but his performance lended to a thing that's like, also, I'm going to be in a movie that's coming out on Tuesday, and I acted in it, and I did a pretty dang good job. Here's my acting chops. buy the Blu-ray. Like that was what this performance was. Because as they were closing in on him, they should have dimmed the lights and like put a spotlight down, because it got really ridiculously dramatic and a little bit more than it should have been. It was a little too silly.
I expected
for
his
me.
music to play in the background.
And like a little fire overlay to just kind of creep up on the bottom third.
All of a sudden, the wall was fiery red. You know, like the lights just changed.
And Rollins just like, what is going on?
I was like,
It's like, does anybody else see this?
like, did someone flip the lights?
And then Kane left the room. That's always
Yeah,
the
Rollins
thing.
entered Kane's locker room, and then Kane left.
As he was like taking off his shirt, so they closed in on Rollins as he was like, it was really weird.
Yeah.
Did you just do like the Quagmire head nod?
He did.
No. But I mean, but that's what he was doing. He was like smiling and just like,
Giggity.
no, his is more just straight
Yeah,
out.
it is more full neck.
Like just, it's super jutty. But no, Seth's just like, yeah, I got it.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is. And we go from promo to another promo. Renee Young backstage with Sheamus and the Usos. Miz gave a boot-to-face worthy performance on main event, was what Sheamus said. And the Usos referenced the movie Twins, which, for those of you who might not know, was a movie, late 80s? Is that when it came out? Starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, a comedy how the two of them were apparently twins. The reason I'm trying to break it down is because half of the audience that watches SmackDown would have no idea what this movie is.
They're 12.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like,
This movie is 20 years old. Wow. More than that. 25.
Yeah. Only the hardest of the hardcore wrestling fans that are absolutely
Our age?
Yeah. and at home on a Friday would even get that.
Only hardcore wrestling fans watch Twins. That's where I thought you were going with that. That's the connect. You've got the perfect market.
That's it. You got it cornered.
But nobody heard the rumors about the Twin sequel that's coming out?
I don't even want to know.
Triplets. They find out that they have a third brother played by Eddie Murphy. 100% real.
That actually
You can
sounds
look it
kind
up.
of odd and entertaining.
It's
Hey, I'll
funny.
go for
That's
it.
for a different show.
Yeah.
Well,
Bizarre promo too.
We'll all
This is
go there.
This
Yeah,
is
it was
really weird.
It was weird.
Yeah.
And then we get a vignette of Bray Wyatt with Eric Rowan, because they're doing a thing where it's seeming like he's setting Harper and Rowan free.
Which is the best way to do it. When we heard the rumors that the Wyatt family is going to be breaking up, everybody's like, no, you can't. There's nothing. The way that they've been playing the story with the three of them, there's nothing that either side could do that would make the other one mad enough to leave. So the way that they're making like it's perfect with the whole Wyatt family like situation where I did all that I could with them. They're fine. They're better. They're going to go amongst the world and destroy it and set it aflame. So there's not that direct association with the Wyatt family, but it's just like, they're good, they're clean, go my boys, you had your turn. Now who do I need to help next? It's very, everybody comes out looking really good, and do you hear the rumors of who's going to be?
I heard the rumors that it might be the Ascension, but to me that doesn't make any sense.
The Ascension used to be like this 90s
Yep.
techno goth like attire.
Right,
Like
no, I remember that.
Yeah. So people are thinking that that's a little bit more true because Wyatt went back to wearing the high collar leather thing that he had back for WrestleMania. So the look might be resembling something that the Ascension used to be. It's coming. Ascension, like the rhetoric could work. It would seemingly be a minor tweak.
Right. Because the one thing then, if it's not them, who the hell could it be?
Exactly.
It's gonna be the Ascension. I mean, they were cool in NXT, did the thing. It's an older gimmick, cool. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do because I feel like they just said, "Hey, Bray, this is your time to go and be a star. Like this is his chance to really step up to the main event and be a bigger player." But if they throw two more guys with him, it's like, okay, wait, is this more the same? Are you guys gonna flub the storyline again? You have a ready-made character. He's a ready-made star. All you have to do is give him the matches and give him the build-up. That's really it.
And then also on top of that, with Harper and Rowan being set free, are they just going to be singles guys? Or are they still going to team? We don't know that yet.
I think I know where it could go. You have Bray going, here's are my two success stories. Let me get the Ascension up here. The Ascension don't take to everything very well, and they start turning on Bray, which leads Harper and Rowan to come back because they never were on bad terms. So they're coming back to defend the person that helped them reach where they are, and we get to see the Ascension versus the Wyatt family now, and then that's a clean break for everybody. Thanks, go have fun again. Thank you for saving my butt. And like, you get the Ascension up there automatically put into the one of the biggest groups and involved with one of the biggest groups, which is huge push for them. Everybody has fun, and then everybody goes their separate ways, sort of thing.
We'll wait and see.
Yeah, but also
I'm guessing after Hell in a Cell.
Yeah,
I
also don't think that Harper and Rowan right now can go back to just being in regular tights.
Oh, no. They'll still be like how they are.
Yeah.
But I was just wondering, like, are they just going to be single wrestlers or still a team?
Yeah.
6-man tag, Sheamus and the Usos taking on Miz, Goldust, and Stardust. The only thing we should talk about in this match is Damien Mizdow.
Yes.
Like, just because it's one thing when Mizdow mimics the Miz in his walk and his promo, which is just amazing.
Shadow boxing.
He is standing on the mat, mimicking the Miz in every move when he's standing on the apron waiting for a tag, when he's running, getting hit, when he's delivering hits. It was like you said, shadow box. It was like he went to mime school or something. This was utterly brilliant. As much as I enjoyed the actual match because it was a great 6-man tag match, I could not take my eyes off of Mizdow the entire match.
And I think that's what he's trying to go for. The most interesting thing in the match was Damien Sandow, and everybody.
Mizdow, sir.
Okay, fine.
Mizdow.
But he as a talent is somebody that we all are kind of sad at how he's ended up, because when he won that Money in the Bank briefcase, he said, excellent, finally, he's gonna get the attention and the push that he deserves, and then it just totally got swept under him, and he's been in relative obscurity since then. So now to have him not necessarily in the limelight, but be the biggest attention grabber, you've got 6 dudes all who can steal the spotlight in their own right. But despite all of that, especially Stardust, Stardust can steal anything. When he grabbed Mrs. Glasses and was like, I got him. It was hilarious. But still, it was Mizdow. You were him the whole time. His timing was impeccable. Even when he was a little behind, he still hit like the barricade at the same time, the table at the same time. His timing was perfect. Too good of a character to be wasted on a stunt devil, despite it being very entertaining.
Yeah. Sheamus wins. Bro kick on Goldust.
Who cares?
Yeah, it was just Mizdow. It was Mizdow.
Yeah.
Mizdow. Big Show coming to the ring. Reminds us that he's a giant. I had no idea.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Because I'm also blind and an idiot.
Oh.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Have a fun for that.
I fight it every day.
He asked Mark Henry to come down to the ring because he wanted to talk to him. He wanted to talk to his brother from another mother because he had a heart-to-heart with him. And he has to do it in the ring in front of everyone because that's how people have heart-to-hearts. And he shares a story about Waffle House, where essentially Mark Henry and Big Show commit a crime.
Yeah. They were hungry in the middle of the night. They see a Waffle House, their salvation. Car pulls in front of the only available spot. So what do? Naturally, as level-headed, rational human beings, they flip the car and run.
Yeah.
That was the story.
Be a star.
Be a star. Don't be a bully. Be a star.
I want to go to Waffle House.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Waffle House since college.
Well, the nearest one is Arizona.
That's why.
You can go to Norm's, Mel's.
No,
It's still
it's
not.
not
No, I know.
Waffle
It's not a Waffle
It's
House.
nothing. No.
I know.
You cannot put them in the same sentence.
You got to go to Roscoe's.
I do like Mel's,
That's
though.
the only thing.
Yes.
Yeah. You
And
gotta go to
Roscoe's is good,
I haven't been to Roscoe's in years.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. I'm gonna go flip a car.
He said Waffle House.
Let's go flip a car
and find a Waffle House. Guys.
There's 3 of us.
Well, I'm sure we could do it.
Yeah. Why not?
Anybody got any Hot Wheels on them? That's I think the closest we can.
We can. No, we can. We'll find a mini.
There.
And,
Done.
there you go. Yeah.
Smart
It'll be
cars
real
going
easy.
down.
Yeah, smart cars. There we go. Flip it.
Big Show pretty much just asked Mark Henry, hey, let me try to beat Rusev on my own, like I let you try to beat him on your own, and how you failed.
Yeah, the whole thing. This is so weird because they're trying. It looks like they're setting Mark up to become a bad guy, but it's all like for the good of America. So if he does turn and become a bad guy, is he on the Russian side? Like it's very weird with the story that they're trying to tell. The way that he's standoff, like the way that he got out of the ring when Rusev came out, seemed to, like, I thought Rusev was going to come down, make a charge, and try to fight, and Mark was just going to stay out of it, even if Big Show was getting his butt kicked. And I was like, why didn't you help me? You asked me to stay out of it. Sort of, it's weird. Don't know where they're going with it, but like Mark Henry disappeared. This is a very long segment.
This segment went really long.
It was nice though because it wasn't promo-y. It was just like, hey everybody, thanks for coming. Let me tell you a story. It was nice.
It was story time with Big Show.
Yeah, it was story time with Big Show and Mark. It was nice, but at the same time, it was just like, hey, remember that time? Should we tell it? Okay, yeah, let's tell the story. It's like we just happened to be surrounded by an arena full of people, but
and the WWE universe.
Yeah, it was long, but it was very entertaining.
Naomi versus Nikki, so 2 Divas matches tonight.
Yeah, and
we got a singles match with Naomi, which we really haven't had in a while. It dawned on me when Nikki came out in her ring attire. For one, the shorts seem shorter than normal. Not complaining, just an observation.
Keep shrinking. Bad laundry. Bad day at the laundromat. But how leather shrinks.
She's still wearing the same shirt that she's always been wearing, even before this breakup happened. Where her shirt says Bella #2. If she's claiming to be the best one, shouldn't her shirt say #1?
She should go ahead and be #1.
She has just a regular like
it's
label
a Bella
that
02.
says, like crossed out the 2 and has a 1 on it.
Yeah.
Or just not have a number at all.
Yeah. Just have it say Nikki.
Bella.
Yeah. There you go.
Or the Bella.
There you go. There you go. But speaking of ring attire, like the whole month is like pro breast cancer awareness. And it's hard for anybody who is a heel to take seriously
when they're wearing pink.
Well, not when they're wearing pink, but like it's like with perfect example, Titus O'Neil. He's been on NXT the past couple of weeks, just like I'm going to tear everybody apart, and he had an amazing match with Sami Zayn where he was just bullying him.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
like just the worst type of guy, and you're like, oh, this is why he's a bad guy. And then in the commercial break, they showed the Susan Komen commercial when he was like smiling and talking about his grandma. And it's like, and all of him being a bad guy is gone. It's hard for anybody to work heel and be like, yeah, we're trying to stop something, especially with the Bella twins. They're both wearing pink, so it's like, oh, they match. Oh, but they hate each other. But then why are too many questions but a wonderful cause?
Yeah. Nikki wins with the rack attack, and we find out. So here, the match announced for Hell in a Cell, we will finally have Brie versus Nikki. At first, I thought, yeah, we're gonna have this match, and that's gonna finish off the feud because they're finally gonna have a one-on-one match. Nope. No. Because the loser of the match will be the other's assistant for a month.
Really?
Yes, Rome.
And
that is the stipulation for Brie versus Nikki.
But if you choose not to do that, you're fired.
Right. If you refuse, you're fired.
So yeah, it's rocking a hard place.
Yeah. This automatically means we're gonna have at least one more match.
But that wasn't even the terminology they used. They were like, when I beat you on Sunday, you're gonna be my bench.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and just over and over.
And Nikki reminded Brie how she likes her lattes.
And then it's
some
like,
type of coffee.
Yeah, you should probably get a muffin with that, like a muffin top joke. Did you just call me fat? And then they just totally just like, oh, come on.
We're literally watching a sibling quarrel.
We already got the Jerry Springer. I can't talk. We already got the Jerry Springer bit. Let's just get rid of this feud. Let's just move on.
Yeah. That's why I was just like, all right, we know they have to have the match. Just have the match there, and then we can move on. In a month, they make up and are together again. But no, we're gonna have more of it.
Yay. WrestleMania.
I hope it does. Do not let it go all the way to WrestleMania, please.
Prediction.
Oh, God.
AfterBuzz exclusive.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Man.
That's 6 more months of this.
End this feud on a pole match.
Yeah.
It's just a stop sign on a pole. And then on the back of it, it says sorry. Sorry.
We couldn't help it.
And you know what? Spoiler alert, no contest.
No contest.
Yeah. Who's gonna be whose bitch now?
Oh,
No
wait,
contest.
that's all of us.
Yeah.
I forgot. That's all of us for watching.
They
Crap.
made us that.
Another vignette with Bray, this time just, one on his own, really emphasizing what we were talking about before, how, like, it's coming, have, like, the smoke fill in the room. Probably Ascension. Maybe they'll throw something out of the woodwork and be someone we don't expect.
Really?
Unless it's some guy that's been off TV for a while, or they're bringing just someone up from NXT that we wouldn't expect.
I don't know.
Huh?
Prince.
He hasn't even debuted on NXT yet.
I know, and that's what. No, it won't be him. That would be dope, but it would be amazing. But it
You know what guy I would like to actually see with Bray? He's not. I don't think he's ready to go up yet, but I'm really excited for him. Is Baron Corbin?
Yeah. He's his performance last night.
I haven't watched last night's
as short
NXT
as it
yet.
was. They showed he had a new entrance where it looked like he was walking on like they had street lights down and he was walking through it like he was just a wandering lone wolf type, and it was like, oh, that's really cool. It's really the stuff that they do with how little they have down at NXT is really cool to accentuate everything.
Yeah.
But Corbin, I really want him to have a match soon because right now it's
just squashing.
all squashes, and it's very impressive, and everybody's really happy with him. But at the same time, Mojo Rawley down there was doing the same thing, and people got tired of that really quick. So I hope that they give him somebody like CJ Parker, who's like pro Earth against this biker dude, to have like a nice like Mother Earth fight.
Yeah.
That would be new. Mother Earth fight.
Yes, a Mother Earth.
It would be a composting alive match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll work.
All right, Renee backstage with Dean Ambrose just asked about facing Kane, but he's mainly talking about Seth Rollins, and mentions that Kane started one too many horror flicks, and this ain't Hollywood, it's Birmingham. Rome, they're in your hometown tonight.
Hey.
Finally,
They're in Birmingham.
they're in Birmingham tonight. They're in Birmingham.
Oh, snap. I gotta make some phone calls.
And then main event, Dean Ambrose versus Kane. Rollins out at ringside with Kane. No shock there. Ambrose dominate early. Kane working on the arm. The ring general. I like this because this was the only match of the entire night where someone worked on a body part.
Yeah, everything was just really kind of spot. Well, to be fair, there were also a lot of commercial breaks that could have had those pieces in it. So, I don't know.
But this was really emphasizing the work on the arm. As Ambrose making his comeback, he goes for his little clothesline where he bends through the ropes. Rollins pulled him out in the midst of that, ref rings his bell for a DQ. Rollins goes for a curb stomp on a steel chair that they brought in the ring, but Ambrose gets out of it, grabs the chair, but Rollins dodges it, so instead Ambrose takes out his aggression on Kane, attacks Kane with the chair, and Seth Rollins runs away, and that's how SmackDown goes off the air.
SmackDown went off the air with a mention of John Cena and Randy Orton. Like
That's true.
Everything was like, yeah, this match and these two, and they're coming to a head, and there's going to be a Hell in a Cell match, but also there's going to be a Hell in a Cell match with John Cena and Randy Orton. Bye. It was it was so close to being like, yeah, that's great. The focus is it's not on them at all. No, it was made me so sad.
They can't let you forget that.
No, don't forget John Cena.
Well, how could you this week with RKO Vine tearing up the internet?
So
like every
good.
I expected RKO Vines throughout SmackDown.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
That would have been the coolest thing for the WWE to do. Like Randy Orton, Vine shit. The Vines are more popular than Randy Orton could ever get himself.
Yeah.
That's like I want to just see those.
They had a
pop
whole
up on
segment
Raw.
of it on an episode of At Midnight this week.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
awesome.
should be like a feature on Raw. Like it should be in the signature at the beginning.
RKO Vine of the week.
Yeah.
YouTube question of the week: which is your favorite RKO Vine?
Yeah.
Any one where they have him running up.
Oh yeah. Those are hilarious.
And then the face.
Today that was a helicopter.
Yeah.
He RKO'd a helicopter today.
I didn't see that one yet.
Yeah, he was literally on a cliff in the pose, and a helicopter flew by, and he jumped up and RKO'd it, and then stood up.
Nice. I'll have to see that one when I get home today. And Rome, we didn't get your response to this because it was at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
But with the 15th anniversary SmackDown was last week. If you had to pick a specific favorite moment of SmackDown? What would you say?
Ooh, that's a hard one, man.
I know. Well, you had like a week to prepare.
Well, here's what we said.
We said we'll tell you what we said. We both gave 2, and then you'll give yours, and then we got to wrap it up.
Honorable mention was Lesnar and
Angle Iron Man match.
The Iron Man match.
That's a good one.
I said Booker T and Austin in the grocery store, and Taz having the ECW Heavyweight Championship against Triple H on SmackDown.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
My 2 were Lesnar, Big Show breaking the ring, and the Billy and Chuck wedding.
See, he laughed at you.
Because of all the publicity stunts behind it.
Yes,
And
I
the
forgot.
shot with Eric Bischoff.
Yeah.
That's why I loved it.
I forgot about that one. Definitely, did you say the grocery store?
Grocery store.
Definitely that one. That's definitely on my list. Man. That's one of my 2. My top one, and I loved everything Billy and Chuck did on that show. I'm going to have to go with Billy and Chuck.
You're going with me, too.
I'm gonna have to go with
You're
Billy.
going combination. Another honorable mention one. The one time Hulk Hogan won the tag team titles.
With Edge.
With Edge.
With a Canadian on the 4th of July. So
yes.
It's like,
Yeah.
As Mr. America. Was he Mr. America?
No,
he
he
was
was
Hogan.
Hogan.
He was Hogan.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hey, Rome, how can people reach out to you?
Rome the Ruler on Twitter and Empire of Rome on IG, as always.
All right, Mark Donica, thanks for filling in this week.
I was pleasure to be here. Love being on SmackDown and doing a main stage show.
How can people reach out to you?
Well,
You say Corey got a lot bigger.
yeah, that's me.
And a beard.
Yeah. Less Asian. You can find me on Twitter at Soapbox Mark. You can find me on YouTube at Soapbox Car TV, where my buddy the Hobo and I, we defend the PPW Championship right now in the clutches of another human being whose name is Wrestling Fred. What a jerk. Not really. He's a very nice man. And you can find me every week doing NXT and Ruby on Thursdays here on AfterBuzz.
I'm a former PPW champion.
No, you're not. You were
Yes, I
never
am.
officially recognized.
Yes,
You
I am.
stole it. You did not win it.
Follow me on Twitter at CRosieVOC. You can check me out on The Voice AfterBuzz on Monday nights as well. Thanks so much for tuning in this week. For Rome Moore and Mark Donica, I'm Christian Rosenberg. We will see you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.